Okay, welcome to Morning Move, our 15-minute light movement exercise warm-up or just mobility move. Grab the mat. We're just going to get started in child's pose. So head out down to the floor with me and let's get started. 3-minute warm-up here. Sending your hips back towards your heels. Arms are reached out in front of you. Head can rest on the floor here. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Moving our arms to one side, getting a nice side body stretch here. You should feel a stretch all the way from your hips to your fingertips. And walking your hands to the other side, side body stretch. And hands back to the center. Let's rock up to a tabletop here. Take some hip circles like you're hula hooping. You can wag your tail back and forth, just creating some light movement in your hips. We are going to thread the needle next. So come to a neutral spine, reaching one arm up, circle out that wrist, both directions, and then circle out your arms forward. And then shoulder roll backwards. And then let's take that hand, threading it through. Option to interlace your opposite hand on your opposite leg. Feeling a nice opening in those shoulders and a nice gentle spinal twist. Planting your left hand down, releasing that twist, other arm. Wrist rolls on your opposite arm. Both directions, and that goes into a forward shoulder circle, arm circle, and backwards. And then threading this hand through towards the other side, resting your head and grabbing your opposite thigh for an option here. Deep breath in and plant your hand, unwind, back to neutral, flip those toes up into a downward facing dog, pressing those hips up high in the backs of your legs to the wall behind you. You can pedal out your feet here, and then let's walk our hands towards our toes and gently roll up to stand, taking a shoulder roll at the top. We'll do one of those again. So rolling one vertebrae at the time until you reach the floor and rolling back up to stand. Shoulder roll backwards. Let's take some arm circles as our final movement before we get started here. We're gonna have 8 separate exercises, 1 minute of work per exercise. We're gonna start with a sumo squat with a breath. So, feet are out wide in front of us. We'll take breath to movement here. So deep breath in and out as you come back down to your squat. In, deep inhale, deep squat, and exhale. This should be warming up your quads, your inner thighs, and your glutes. And down. Take this at your own pace. Your weight should be in the outer edge of your foot. Inhale and exhale. Back should be straight up and down like you're going up and down a wall. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next exercise, bringing your feet underneath your hips. We're going to set our hips straight back for a good morning here. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. Hands can be behind your head. Hands can be on your hips. Taking 2 counts down and 2 counts up. Opening up the backs of our hamstrings and our glutes. Micro bend in those legs. Keep breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Looking at a point about 2 or 3 feet out in front of you, keeping that neutral head position. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back up to stand. We're gonna go for a windmill next, so feet are wider than hip width distance. We're gonna bend and reach our opposite arm to our opposite foot. 1 minute on the clock, join me here. Try not to lock out your legs. Nice micro bend in those knees. You should feel a nice stretch in your inner thighs, as well as a nice spinal twist. We're working on a lot of mobility this morning, so making sure our joints are moving in all directions, warming up our muscles. Keep it going. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We're gonna go into a down dog to a cobra. So we're back to the floor. I'm gonna start by walking my hands out. I'm coming down here to an upward facing dog, flipping my feet, cobra. I'm rocking back and forth here. I'm under control. My core is pulled up and in to protect my spine as I'm shifting forward into this upward facing dog. If that's a little bit too intense for you, I encourage you to just come up to a baby cobra here, flipping through tabletop, sending your hips back. Modification here. Strong in your shoulders, core continuously pulls up and in. Three, 2, 1. Beautiful. Coming to a seat. We're gonna do 90-degree hip flips. So my legs are in 90 degrees. I'm flipping back and forth here. Again, rotating at my own pace. Option to add a forward fold over your knee. Unapologetic as I have to be. Doing all the things to fall in love with me completely. Haven't really figured out the confidence part. I can always fall back on my rebel heart. Moving your hips in these directions is something that you don't often do in your everyday, so it's great to take time to find if these movements need a little bit more work. You can always come back and do them. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next exercise is going to be the world's greatest stretch. So we're continuing to stay on the floor. We're in a runner's lunge here. We're just going to reach up and twist. Coming back either through a tabletop for a modified version. Keeping that knee down. Otherwise, bring that knee up, making sure you're opening up in this front hip here as you twist. Sending your heel backwards. Switching at your own pace. Finding if you have any sticky spots, working on those. Stumbling through one-way streets important, ain't no boring game. Got imperfection I'm reflecting on, but I still got it. Don't forget to breathe. Keep breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Less than 10 seconds. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're staying in this kind of kneeling position. We're gonna go rocking half splits. So, coming back into a half split, rocking forward. We're gonna spend 30 seconds on this leg. We're gonna switch it out for the other leg. Again, opening up this hip here, and then opening up the backside of your hamstring as well. 3, 2, 1. Coming through tabletop, switching out your leg, rocking forward and back. Option to flex your toe towards your knee. That creates a little bit more stretch. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Join me in tabletop position here. Our last exercise is going to be a cat and cow. We'll start here in 3, 2, and 1. Dropping your belly arch. Gazing towards the ceiling. Sternum is pressing out in front of you. Round your back. Exhaling it all out. Drop your belly. Cow pose. Round for cat. Taking this at your own pace. Take any extra movements that might feel nice to you. Maybe you rock back and forth in a cat, moving your hips from side to side. Keep flowing. Maybe about 20 seconds left before we do our nice 3-minute cool down. Continue to static stretch. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Come back to a neutral spine. We're gonna flip up into a high plank and then bringing your right knee in between your toes, pigeon pose. We have a nice 3-minute cool down here. This is a great way to stretch before your workouts or your runs. Take these exercises, kind of maybe take them for maybe 30 seconds each, not needing to be a minute like we do today, but these are great options to make sure your joints and muscles are mobilized before you work out. Okay, other leg switches, pigeon pose, left knee forward. Can be up on your hands or down on your elbows. Okay, bringing that back to high plank. Let's take a seat. Butterfly pose. Feet are together. We are going to bend and flatten out for a forward fold in this butterfly position. You should feel this in your hips as well as your low back. It shouldn't feel painful. It should just feel like a stretch. Okay, moving on to something new that we normally don't do. Bring it wide to a straddle stretch. We are going to go over to one side, flatten over that leg. You should feel a side body stretch maybe in your lower side back here. Again, that should feel nice. Should not aggravate anything. Switching other side. And then we're going to take our arm over. Side body stretch here. And switching sides. You can use your elbow here to support you in front of your leg. And then final, we'll reach forward, in a straddle position. Option to come to your elbows here. And then legs together, forward fold. Should feel really nice in the back sides of your legs. Take a deep breath in and out. Last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do some neck rolls. So ear to shoulder, rolling from one side to the other. Creating length as we stretch. Just moving from the front half of your neck circle. We'll do one more. Okay, I hope you're ready to take on your day after this lovely morning move. This is our last morning move, so thank you so much for coming and for watching. We appreciate you, and we'll see you in the new year for a new class. Thanks.